Hello, yes, you guessed it, it's Galadon from the clan Lost Phoenix, here with episode 31 of Clash of Clans Attacks. Follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, or vice versa, for free gems. No, just kidding. So, in this episode I was planning on whining about how difficult it is to win cups when you're at this high of a cup level, but then things seem to happen right when I'm ready to give up, throw in the towel. I'm exasperated. I spend 3 or 4 hours playing, attacking to win maybe a dozen cups, log off and lose 20. But every now and then Lady Luck throws you a bone, like happened here a couple of weeks ago. The first attacker didn't manage to hit 40%, so I didn't get the shield, but the second attacker took all the cups that I won from the first attacker. Now, the idea is here to log back on after that first attack so you can wake up your heroes and fill that clan castle again, but unfortunately that didn't happen here. But just the same, 0 is much better than minus 20. And then, about a week ago, I saw this. This was the first time I'd ever run into this. 2 attackers in a row managed to lose. Pretty brutal for the second attacker, sorry Peter, but he lost to an empty clan castle and no king and no queen, and likely most of my bombs and traps had already been sprung as well. But it gets better. Just today, just this afternoon, I logged on and saw this. Could not believe my eyes. Lucky number 69. 2 attackers in a row lost again. The first attacker was attacking me for 1 trophy. He lost 39, and here is the replay. It starts out pretty standard. He's got the king and the queen activated, and I'm figuring he's going to pull him over here. Just so happens he heads to where most of my hidden Teslas are. And instead of taking out the king and the queen, though, he drops in his golems. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, overconfidence? I'm not sure what caused him to do this. Now look at my queen. This is the first critical mistake. You can see that she's behind that blue wall, protected. She is just raining down hellfire onto that golem and any other surrounding units. That first golem's almost down into 2 smaller golems. As we go back to live action, you see finally when the wall is breached, all of the troops are funneled in through the middle there, the king and the queen, all those wall breakers, and of course they're just going to split up. They're going to go for the closest structure. They're not going to head back towards the center, towards the town hall yet. And now they've moved closer just because the clan castle troops have helped draw them in. But now there's 2 inferno towers just blazing at the same time. Like I talked about in the last video, if you're attacking in this direction, you're going to be facing a lot of firepower from 2 multi-targeting infernos at once. The spell placement, not great either. The troops have kind of spread out because they didn't clear surrounding structures. And we're going to end the attack at only 24%. His risk reward here was +1 minus 39. That had to hurt. He had over 4,300 trophies when he attacked. And here is the second attack. Unfortunately, just schedule didn't allow me to log on between attacks. Usually I'll try to get on just in case this happens and that first attacker just happens to lose and get less than 40%. So I can refill the clan castle, wake up the king and the queen, refill the inferno towers and the crossbows. But I got lucky here, and did I happen to mention that one of my top pet peeves? People who are in clans named after themselves? But I digress. Alright, here goes the attack. 2 golems right up front, a whole bunch of wall breakers. Their release is poorly timed and they get wiped out by that wizard tower and the mortar, which kind of sends everybody scattering. The king and the queen are already down, the queen's already using her special ability, and then a jump spell. Alright, well that gets them over the first wall anyway. But by now the carnage is pretty much done. Right at that corner where he dropped the wall breakers, that was probably the key to the loss here. He lost a whole bunch of units to that wizard tower that were sitting on that corner. All of the wall breakers, he had to use that jump spell, which I imagine he had planned to use deeper inside once he had cleared out this first box. The inferno towers just pretty much effectively wiped all of the smaller units out. The queen is still at full health, but even with that rage, she's not within range of the town hall. She's way off to the side. And by this point, he's got to realize that it's not looking good. Notice that the inferno tower on the left there has run out of dark elixir. That's kind of cool how it looks when it's empty, but didn't really matter here. The other defensive structures have managed to take out what is left of his attack, and with 42 seconds left, he basically has a whole crapload of skeletons all banging on different walls down in the lower left corner there. We'll go ahead and speed it up because barring some sort of miracle or a last-minute troop deployment, it does not look like he's going to get anywhere near 50%, but luckily he did make it past 40, 30 more cups for a total of 69. Alright, moving right along, here's my first attack of the day, attacking Boom Shakalaka from the clan Death by P.E.K.K.A. He's got a pretty familiar looking base design here, so I kind of started out the way I usually do. I ignored the Royals just because they're relatively low level. Now I made a mistake here and I'm going to have to adjust my strategy on the fly. You'll notice the golem at the bottom, he's going to head around that corner rather than going inside that box because it wasn't open. He's going to head over towards that mortar instead. So now I've got to drop my third golem where the second one was supposed to go. Get him inside. There he goes. Now I've spread a few wizards out to take care of some of those surrounding structures. And now you'll see the queen has moved into action. She is behind a wall, but she's not that high level. Here comes the main attacking force. I froze it right here because as you can see, the clan castle has deployed. And if you look closely, all of the structures are gone except for that camp that's just about to go. And the closest structure for my units to head for now is going to be that gold storage. And the clan castle troops are kind of headed in that same general direction, so I can, at this point, pretty much predict that everybody's headed right towards the center of the screen. I'm going to try to time a rage spell there. It's going to be a massive melee right in the center. There's the rage. All the wall breakers blasting their way through. Got the Inferno Tower. I'm going to freeze it here momentarily. But at this point, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion with all those troops that got so close to the Town Hall. It's just a matter of time. Throw the other freeze spell in there. Town Hall goes down, already at almost 40%. Queen's still at full health. We managed to get rid of those Inferno Towers or freeze them up before they took out all of my smaller units, so we still have a whole bunch of wizards and witches. 50% is going to come pretty easily, but we can also tell that 3 stars is going to be almost impossible with all those defensive structures, wizard towers, and Teslas left at the top. But not a bad attack. We'll settle for 2 stars and a whopping 7 trophies. On to the next attack against Prince 5150. Now I'm almost embarrassed to show this attack. It's like David versus Goliath, except David's unarmed. And you know, just the problem lately has been it's so difficult to find good offers. A lot of the people in the clan have been complaining about the same thing. You can spend hours looking for offers and will never see anything over 10 cups. So when I saw this low-level base with so much stuff left to upgrade and I was offered 6 trophies, I figured I'd give it a try. I figured there was a pretty good chance that we'd end up with 3 stars here. So I didn't use too much advanced strategy here, just kind of laid everything out there. The clan castle troops come out, they're not even maxed wizards. I still haven't released the royals yet, and now here I do make a mistake that could have been a problem had I been attacking a fully maxed out base. You'll notice here, when I drop the king, you can see that he's targeted that archer tower that's still standing. Now I should have dropped him way back in the corner by where that guy's Christmas tree was. Then he probably would have targeted that air defense that's inside the central box by where the town hall is. But instead the royals don't go where I would have wanted them to go. It ends up it doesn't matter. We use a rage spell there. They're going to wipe everything out. The queen does manage to change direction. So luckily it didn't make a difference, but it's definitely something for me to be aware of in the future. Can't get lazy, can't get complacent. It's kind of what happened to the people that were attacking me. You get overconfident and you make mistakes. And 1 or 2 little mistakes can end up costing you the battle and a lot of trophies if you're not careful. But here we just managed to continue to overpower his defenses. We're close to 80% now. There's not much left. Go ahead and drop another rage spell. Going to use a freeze spell here at the end. And then right at the end, we're going to see an example of failed artificial intelligence by the queen, of course. There she goes, blasting away at a wall when she's got an almost direct path to the remaining structures. Obviously, the queen still not perfect in her AI, but if you've watched any of my other videos, you've known that for a long time. But we'll wrap up a 100% 3-star victory for 6 trophies, and it only took me about 2 hours looking to find that offer. And once again, we have come to the conclusion of another episode of Clash of Clans Attacks. Thanks again for watching. I'm trying to get those videos out there more frequently. Also, a quick shout out to some clans I visited this past Sunday: Crimson Sky, Avarice Legends, and Balloons for You. Also had a chance to visit some of the Lost Phoenix feeder clans, all full of great people. Check us out or look for me on Global. I've got another 1,200 gems to give away to the first person that finds me out on Global. Until next time.